Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. Molly's here. We mixed up our ricotta cookies. They're cooling. And now we're moving on to a dish that Molly specifically requested. She had found, tell me about it, the recipe.
I found this recipe called shepherd's pie in a farm book. It was at the very back.
Okay, talk loud.
It's called Farm Anatomy.
It's called what?
Farm Anatomy.
Farm Anatomy.
That's the book.
Okay. Anyway, so it was for shepherd's pie, and she said, Grandma, can we make this sometime? And the recipe she found was really basic. It had almost nothing to it. So I have my recipe that I've adjusted from different things, and that's what we're going to make. And her dad, who is my third oldest son, is going to help us with this. And it just so happens that he's also our pastor.
Yes, I am.
So, shepherd's pie.
How clever. I had to put all that together.
Yeah, anyway. So, we have our potatoes are peeled, diced, cooked. They're just waiting for us. We're going to mash those in a little bit. But for now, we have 4 tablespoons of butter melting. And to that, Molly, you can do this part if you want to. Just be careful. She's going to add the hamburger to it. Can you set that in the pan? Just.
You got it?
Use my hands?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
I
Yeah.
don't like to use my hands. That's gross. Yeah, okay.
Just don't throw it in because it'll splatter you. Very good. Now we're going to break that up and let that cook down a little. So the butter, you don't really need the fat in this recipe, but the butter does add a lot of flavor to it. And if we were making true shepherd's pie, Molly, would we use hamburger?
No.
Do you know what we'd use?
Beef.
No. Hamburger is beef.
I don't know.
We'd
Think
use,
about it. What would Shepherd have?
Oh, sheep.
yes, we'd use lamb,
Yeah.
This is not true shepherd's pie.
but so do you think you'd like it with lamb in it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Does it
I've-
taste like hamburger?
Not really.
I like hamburger, so it tastes
So,
like hamburger.
so it's a
I
good
like
thing
it.
we're doing hamburger, huh? Okay, so we're going to cook that, but we're going to also add to it, and you can add this or have Dad help you add, a 1/4 cup of onion,
Hey, look, you want to
and
do that?
we already diced it up.
And that's just with my nose already.
Yeah. At least you're not crying.
I don't know if I would. cry.
And we're going to add into that, I think it's 2 cloves of garlic that's minced. We're gonna stir that all together.
Yeah, you don't want that all in one spot.
Just be careful, don't burn yourself on it, okay? Now, this is the point too, you would add salt and pepper if you want salt and pepper in it. And I would add the pepper, maybe pepper to taste, but I wouldn't go crazy with the salt. I want to get the pepper. I wouldn't go crazy with, yeah, that one's fine, either way. I wouldn't go crazy with the salt because you're going to add a bouillon cube to it, you're going to add some broth to it, and that all
Oh,
has
yeah.
salt in it too. So, is that all the pepper you want?
Get more?
It's to taste, so you can always add it at your plate later if you want to. And I wouldn't add salt yet, Molly, because like I said, those other things have salt in them. Okay.
Close
No,
enough.
yep.
Close enough.
I'm gonna have to see if I can do this.
And there you go.
Okay.
Let me get that out of your way. Okay, well maybe, the hamburger's stuck on my finger. Okay, so then after that browns, we're gonna add some flour in it and make a roux, and you said you didn't know what a roux was.
What is a roux?
The roux, it's R-O-U-X, it's a French term for the beginnings of gravies and sauces.
That's not how you
and
spell roux.
that's how you spell this roux.
Like
So,
vinegar?
yeah. So, and that's our oven is preheating. So we're going to add into it 2 tablespoons of flour to make that roux, and then we're going to let it cook for about a minute, because if you don't, it gets kind of a pasty flour taste to it. Yeah, you don't want that. Before we add our broth and those things. So we're going to let this brown up first. Okay, so our hamburger's browned up. Now we're going to make that funny French word. Roux.
Yeah.
That was a fun
Very good.
word.
Yeah, so all we have to do is add the flour to it and stir that
You
in.
gonna add the flour?
It's already measured for you. I'm gonna turn that handle just so you don't bump it.
Yeah, I should have known that. Never leave your handle sticking out.
Yeah, even with babies around, that's
I
dangerous,
know.
dangerous.
I know.
Okay.
Yep. We don't have any babies around though.
No,
We almost have 2.
almost.
That's
Okay,
right.
stir that in.
Why do you add flour in it?
It's the thickener that makes the roux. So, and we have to let it cook for a little bit with it. Get it all over it.
I've never
Bring
seen.
that in.
I've literally seen flour. I've never seen flour in a pan.
It's like making gravy.
Have you ever helped Mom make gravy?
No. Sorry.
Alright. Just gotta turn it over a little bit.
That's why.
This is about the extent of my kitchen abilities. I can brown hamburger
And basically nothing else.
and I can boil pasta.
So
So
spaghetti,
I can make a lot of
yeah,
dishes, yes.
spaghetti, those things.
It's basically like the easiest dish in the world.
You know?
Okay, so now that that's cooking, you can go ahead and measure your chicken broth. One of those containers is open, and you need 1 1/4 cups.
This is open.
Yeah, that one's
Yes,
open.
you're measuring these out. This counts as math.
Yeah, there you go.
How much?
1 1/4 cup.
1 1/4 cups. So fill it to
Go
the
ahead and
1
measure a
cup
cup.
line.
See the cup?
Yeah.
1 cup up there.
Go all the way to the 1 cup line.
Okay.
And then dump that in here.
Pour that in. Carefully. Now we need another 1/4, right?
So then you
So
find
same thing?
Back up to the
It's
1/4. It's
right
kinda
about
faded
here,
off
it's
down
faded,
there, but-
yeah, but about where the 2 is on that. Yep, we're gonna have to open the other one, aren't we?
Don't quite have enough.
Okay, there you go. Careful, that'll go fast because it's full.
Okay.
There you go.
Done.
Okay, now you're going to, there's a bouillon cube over there, you're gonna add that.
I don't want one.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, mom's used these
Yep.
in my recipes sometimes.
So
Yeah.
this has to count as French also.
Yeah, bouillon, roux.
Roux.
I have no idea.
Do you
what
think you
this
take
is.
French in 3rd grade? You could,
We're getting ready for 4th grade then.
Well,
so
that's
there we
just
go.
true.
We're
Drop
gonna have
that
to
in
take
there.
French in 4th grade.
and that'll dissolve. Now you could have dissolved it in water, but we're just gonna let it dissolve in this. Okay.
It's just easier.
And yep, you're gonna put a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. That's a fun word to say. Worcestershire.
All right, let's find a tablespoon here.
What nationality word? Worcestershire.
I don't even remember who it was, but somebody said it was supposed to be pronounced "What's this here sauce?" I thought, well, that's just not smart. All right.
You gotta hold it level, huh?
Yeah, all right, there we go.
I think that's so slow.
There you go.
Dump that in here. And then Dad's gonna use a can opener and open the tomato paste. Because we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of the tomato
Let's
paste.
put it in the sink.
No, you're gonna need it for the 2 tablespoons of
I
tomato
don't know
paste.
how to use your can opener.
Weird.
Is your can opener smarter than I am?
Here.
Yeah. You're gonna have to show me how to use the thing. Oh, it's on the side. See, ours is on top. So, yeah, I told you. I can
Keep
brown
going.
hamburger, but
Keep
apparently
going.
I can't
It's not
open a can.
Now there are some, careful don't splatter it on yourself. There are some
Does yours have a little grippy thing?
uh,
There you go.
shepherd's pies that don't have you put tomato base in it. It's
Are we-
just the meat base. 2
are we ready?
tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
Just a little bit.
You wanna do it? Okay. probably best that you do it because Molly's smarter than I am. So you got it, or you need help?
Good enough. Let me get that
Yeah.
small.
Which one have it?
Did he get you?
No.
Okay, we need another one.
What?
That's right.
No more.
Cooking and drumming with friends.
Now you're mixing Spanish in with it with the Uno. Do you want to stir those in?
I accidentally knocked your measuring spoon off your ring.
Oh, well. The only other thing now that goes in this meat sauce are your vegetables that we've cooked. Now, shepherd's pie normally calls for carrots and peas and corn, about a half a cup of all those vegetables.
But we're not going to use peas.
Why?
Because my brother Cam is allergic.
Right, any legume he can't have, right? So peas
Yep.
fall in that category. So, so I've already measured out. I added a little extra corn and a little extra carrots since we can't use peas.
Okay.
Okay.
But the good news is we like corn, and Micah loves carrots, so
Yeah.
it's all good. This works perfect. Are you ready?
Dump them in.
All right, you want to do it, or you want me to do it?
That's a bunch of vegetables.
Right.
Veggies galore.
So this is really a dish that has everything in it for you. It's got your vegetables, it's got your protein, it's got some carbs when you do the potatoes. So we're just going to turn that down to a simmer and let that simmer while we mash our potatoes.
Yay. Mash,
And-
mash potatoes.
So Dad's going to drain these. I've got, or I did
too.
have. There's a colander right there. Oh, another French word.
A calendar.
A colander.
Sounds like calendar.
So he's going to drain the potatoes.
Oh yay, we get to do a calendar.
I think you're saying it wrong.
That's it, bunch of potatoes.
Yep. Splashy if you're not careful.
Splish splash.
For dishwashers.
That's right.
We don't have to hand wash it.
Yeah, we went, what was it, a couple of years without a dishwasher, and
I've done that too.
it was
Here you
not
go,
fun.
right
Oh,
there.
you want them in the bowl?
Yeah, because we're going to mix them. Okay.
Well, there's still a couple in the bottom of the pot.
Here's the one.
Okay. So we have our meat sauce for our shepherd's pie. It's simmering, getting a little thicker. We've cooked our potatoes, and Molly added to the potatoes, she added,
Butter and sour cream.
okay. And then you're gonna add
That's right.
half and half in a minute. Okay, so we've got a half a cup of butter, which is the same as one stick. A half a cup of sour cream. Is that what it called for? Okay, in with our potatoes. So we're going to use the hand mixer for this one. You could use a potato masher if you have one, but
This case we're using the hand mixer.
and anytime you're using the mixer, you gotta be louder.
Yeah.
The volume has to go up, which shouldn't be a problem for you.
Actually, it
At home,
shouldn't.
we can be very loud.
Okay. Now, the reason I didn't have you put the cream in yet is if you mix your potatoes with the butter and stuff first,
Ooh, it looks super fluffy.
yeah, they'll be creamier than if you have the cream right away.
Why is that?
I think it's the coolness added at that point.
Okay.
Okay, so then we have a third of a cup of cream you're going to put in there. And you're going to use the electric mixer to mix that in.
Very white.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right.
Push it forward.
back.
Push it
Forward.
forward.
I don't know how to do that.
And not real fast.
I don't know how to do that.
Apparently, I don't know how to do it.
There you go. And you keep it down in there and you'll splatter it all over yourself. If the beaters come up too high, you're wearing the potatoes. Now you want them to be a little thin, like see how they're kind of a little soupy, because they're going to bake, and then that'll make them thicker too. Okay? So once you get the cream mixed in, then we're going to add our seasonings in.
Back towards you a little bit. You got a pocket. There you go. Tracy, you
Ah,
want me to turn it for you?
yes.
That's like having Dad as the rotary do your part of it.
Well, I got to be useful somehow.
Okay, turn the mixer off. You push it back. There you go. Now just set it down for a minute. And we're going to add our seasonings in. So you need,
Here, step over here so we can see.
yeah. So in this, we're going to add those seasonings. We need a half a teaspoon of seasoning salt.
There you go.
Find the half a teaspoon.
This one?
You have to look. You can't see it. It's under your thumb. That's a teaspoon.
So find the half a teaspoon.
There's quarter teaspoon. There's half teaspoon.
Okay. So you're going to need seasoning salt, half a teaspoon of it into your potatoes. Okay. Put that in there. Kind of all over the place. There you go. And then you need 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. This is like our math lesson for the day, isn't it?
Which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Fractions can be hard.
Let's just make sure that the mom gets this one logged for your homeschool hours.
Yeah.
Okay, this one.
Yep.
Have garlic powder.
That was the 4th, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't even really look. I just assumed it was smaller than the other.
Yep.
Because what's bigger, a half or a quarter?
Half.
Half
Yes.
is bigger. Good.
Because if I'm going to have a candy bar and I only get half or I get 1/4 of it, I want the half. Because it's more.
I'm just gonna take the whole thing.
And you need the same amount of onion powder.
That's a,
So your quarter again.
Yep.
Can you get it? You gotta turn it over there.
kind of. And there we go. Close enough. It's just close enough.
Okay.
This have to be precise.
Then you're going to add a little bit of pepper. And again, we're going to take it easy on the salt because
Which pepper?
that one's
Shaker?
fine. Just sprinkle it in. Remember, it comes out fast. So I like lots of pepper, but you guys probably don't like as much pepper.
Probably not.
Is that good?
Okay. Yep. So we're going to mix those in.
You got it? Let me turn it for you again.
Yeah.
Down in there.
Okay. Enough. Very good. You're getting to be a pro at turning that on and off. Okay, then we have about a
It's
1/4
heavy.
cup of Parmesan cheese. We're gonna put that in there. And then we have that bacon. It's about 4 strips of bacon that I cut up and cooked and crumbled, and we're gonna put that in there.
I know very little about shepherd's pie, but you can't have enough bacon.
I know, bacon makes everything better.
Put all the bacon.
I'm not a big fan of bacon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we're gonna keep you anyway.
Bacon and butter make everything better.
Bacon and butter make
Bacon and
everything
butter.
better.
Yeah, I know, that's
Yeah,
almost
that's
a
almost
tongue
tongue twister,
twister.
yeah.
Yep, mix it in. Wild now.
There might be a couple tricks.
Yep. Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
All that bacon.
Okay, you can turn it off now. Okay. Now we're ready to assemble it in our 9x13 that we sprayed. So, I'm gonna have Dad do the first part of it. We're gonna dump the meat sauce in
You can do that.
with our vegetables
Oh,
and all those. The broth and the brew that we made. I'm gonna get that piece of bacon off. We don't want to miss any bacon.
Eat all the bacon.
need all the bacon.
Yeah.
Alright, are you ready?
Yep.
I think I've seen shepherd's pie before. I just haven't ate it.
Yeah, you probably have.
Okay.
And then on.
I mean, I've been around for 9 years, so
Yeah.
I don't see why I haven't.
Okay, so on top of that,
Good spoon.
we're going to add our potatoes.
Okay.
Top.
Now the
This
bowl's
is
gonna be
still
hot,
hot.
so let Dad add the potatoes on top, and then we'll have you put the cheese over the top of everything.
Okay. That's a bunch of potatoes.
That is a
Yeah.
lot of potatoes.
I actually don't know that I've ever had shepherd's pie.
Really?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. You're the one that cooked
Well,
for me
probably varieties of it. I'm not
many years.
sure.
If this
if I have ever had shepherd's pie, I sure don't remember it.
Spatula, if you want to use it.
No, this is fine.
Okay,
I think we're getting there.
we're good.
I assume you want this spread all over.
Yep.
it looks like icing.
It kind of does, doesn't it, Molly?
Here, you want to ice the pie? Well, you don't ice pie, do you?
No.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
actually-
funny they call this pie anyway. It's not what you think of when you think of pie, is it?
Why is it called pie?
Probably because it has like a top layer that's almost like a crust to it. And
I was kind of wondering the same thing, so
Okay.
that's a good question.
can I swipe this for me? So the next
Yeah, this
thing,
is
Molly, we
one
have
thing.
shredded cheddar, and you can use sharp, you can use mild, you can use whatever.
Anything.
And I like mild better than sharp. So you're gonna put about a cup of it on there, and when I measure a cup of cheese, I just take a big handful
And I just put it.
and put it all over the top of it. When Molly gets that on there, we're going to put this in a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 30 minutes.
What? What's that thing?
Oh, sure, more.
You can never have too much
I know.
cheese.
I don't think your hands are quite as big as Grandma's,
Yeah,
so there you
so
go.
you're not getting as much
So
as
your
I would.
cup
Yeah,
isn't as big as hers.
that's right. And Dad
Oh, my.
would be Dad.
You
That
can
is a good cup.
That's a-
You can never have too much cheese.
That is a big cup. All right,
Okay.
we'll put the cheese down.
Yeah, you're kind of dangerous in charge of cheese. Okay, so we're gonna put this in the oven, like I said, at 350, and we're gonna let this bake for about 30 minutes. And if you want to, at the end of that time, you can turn your oven over to broil.
Okay.
If you like your cheese to be brown, but I don't necessarily care. And if you broil it, only do it for a minute or two. Don't get crazy because it'll burn really fast. Okay? And that's shepherd's pie. So we'll show you once Molly gets to taste her shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.